first things first. Perfect. I have been picking up a lot of fantastic games, and I'm going to show them to you. I have picked up some of the best games over the last few months. I've got some interesting imports, a collector's item that fits in well with what we love here, and some retro goodness, including a title that I just had to pick up for 100% completion. Let's get to the good stuff first, shall we? The first game was a gift for Christmas, and it's one that has been a little bit controversial, but me being a Switch 2 owner, I kind of had to try this one. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Now, this one's been a little bit controversial. It's been a little bit of a disappointment for a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest, I picked this one up when it came out, and family needed something to get me, and I was like, you know what, I don't know whether or not I'm going to love this. I didn't want to jump into it. I wanted the dust to settle a little bit, but Metroid Prime 1 is one of my favourite games of all time. I think if I ran into this one head first, I might have been a little bit disappointed, and I've had time to be able to get to grips with the fact that this may not be perfect, so I can go in with a little bit more clarity. Have you guys played this one? What do you genuinely think? Is this a bit of a flop, or is it still a fantastic entry into the Metroid series? The next title is one that I got in September, but again, it was held back for Christmas, and this one, I am so excited for this title. Now, I picked up the slipcover version of Trails in the Sky first chapter. Now, I played through the original Trails in the Sky a few years ago, and it is a fantastic setup. The first chapter is literally a setup for what is going to come, and what is going to come is one of the greatest JRPG franchises of all time. The stakes start off here pretty low, but it does set things up. It literally says, we're going to go around, you're going to go around to all of these different cities, and you're going to meet the people you're going to protect. And this is an absolutely fantastic setup chapter. This introduces you to a lot of the Trails characters, especially in this first chapter, and once second chapter hits, things are gonna get epic. I still remember the end of this one just being absolutely amazing. In fact, fun fact, this Tales in the Sky First was the first JRPG game I played after playing Final Fantasy XIV for a good 100 hours, and it was so refreshing to have a proper game as opposed to an overly monetized one. I am so excited to try this one. I'm going to hold it back. I know they have announced second chapter. I kind of want to maybe play them back to back, but these are going to be 100 hours long, aren't they? I do have Trails Through Daybreak 2 still to play, and I know there's another Trails game coming out in the next few weeks. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. This one has been such hyped up, and it's finally getting Trails on the map where it deserves. Speaking of great JRPGs, another one that I picked up was Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. Now, you guys have seen my favourite games of all time, and you guys probably noticed that just about every single time a new Dragon Quest game released, it was always winning my favourite game of each year. And I'm going to be honest, Dragon Quest Builders is one of my favourite spin-off franchises, but it was missing a little bit. Still love it, and I'm really excited for Pokopia coming later this month, or later this year. Dragon Quest 3 Remake, I didn't really play much of it, but as soon as I got this, I booted it up. I'm in love with it. Now, it's been a long time since I played Dragon Warrior Monsters on the Game Boy Color. I didn't really play any of the phone remasters of it. It's been a long time, but Dragon Quest 1, I'm coming to the end of it, and there's so much extra content on here, and there's a lot of difficulty spikes as well. At least, obviously, in the first one, you're a party of one, so you're kind of doing every single thing. But yeah, this is there's a lot of difficulty spikes. There's a lot of grinding, but it's worth it. I genuinely do love all of the extra stuff that they went ahead and put in for this. I'm really excited to try number 2, because that is a bit of a dark sheep in the Dragon Quest franchise. I remember playing it years ago and struggling a lot with it. so I'm excited. I'm near the end of Dragon Quest 1, so I think I might go straight onto that, or I might go and play the next game that we're going to talk about, which is, for a lot of people's Game of the Year, Expedition 33. Now, this was picked up in a Black Friday sale, and I've had a little bit of reservations for this one, and it's simply because it seems to have been picked up by a lot of people who genuinely don't like JRPGs, or kind of feel this is the way the JRPG world has supposed to have gone. And it's not that it's anything bad, I just kind of feel the amount of hype and the amount of kind of like praise it's getting, to the point that literally people have disregarded just about every other release this year to hype this one up. I'm starting to worry that this will never live up to the hype that people have set for it. What do you guys think? It's going to be on my list. Obviously I've bought it, it is on my list to play. I'm just kind of waiting for the dust to settle, waiting for things to kind of quieten down a little bit and kind of go in with my own personal taste, because if I go in expecting this to be the greatest game ever and it's not, it's going to be a bit of a disappointment. And that's just the way hype goes. I've been burnt far too many times for games that have been hyped up and have been a disappointment. Metroid Prime 4, the hype was unreal, and for a lot of people, disappointment. Expedition 33, the hype is unreal. Will I be disappointed? I really hope not. But another game that I picked up in, this was also in the Black Friday sale. This finally got to a price point that I was willing to pay for it. Astrobot. Now, I actually have started playing this, and it's Mario Galaxy, isn't it? It's Mario Galaxy on the PlayStation 5. Now, Astro's Playroom is genuinely the best game I've actually played on the PlayStation 5, and this does seem to be pretty much a sequel. I've completed the first world, we should say, and it's basically Mario Galaxy 3, only with PlayStation motif. I'm a little bit disappointed that obviously the PlayStation characters that are in here are just kind of like little skins. They're not even skins, they're just kind of like, you've got to collect these little robots and stuff like that, and obviously they'll be like stuck in a tree and stuff like that, and then you kind of come across Solid Snake, who's stuck in a tree. Whereas the first one, like, Snake would be like in a box, hiding in a box, and like Kratos would be doing like poses and stuff like that, and it kind of felt like it was a little bit more alive. Whereas this, it's like, oh yeah, this could have been anything, it's just Snake stuck in a tree. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. Don't think it's quite as good as I was kind of hoping, but I'm still early days, and I just genuinely believe this is going to go from strength to strength. I'm really excited to try more of it. It just kind of, I got this, I started it, I was ill, very badly ill. I was on holiday, then Christmas holidays came, and I got a lot of other titles. It got to be quite a bit on the back burner. New Year, this is going to be the first game I'm going to pick up. Oh, perfect. If you like this kind of content, video game pickups, retro game hunts, general chit chat about game collecting on a whole, even some shelf rearrangements, and me telling you my favourite games of all time, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you have been picking up in the Black Friday sales and over Christmas. Now, a little bit of a change of pace, because I got something collectible but slightly game stuff. The Lego Game Boy. That's right. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge Lego guy. I love the whole aspect of Lego. I love the whole building and displaying of it, but as you can probably see, I started to go down a different route with anime figures, and my shelves are full not only of anime figures but of retro games. I got this, and I've got the Piranha Plant, and I can't wait to build the things up, but it's going to be an interesting where to put it. Have you guys picked it up? I know I've seen a lot of people pick this one up. I think it's probably going to be one of the more popular Lego pickups over the last few months. But yeah, I don't do Lego often, but when I do, it's got to be something special like this. The Nintendo Switch has become a bit of a haven for importing, and the Switch 2, it looks like, is going to continue that. I picked up a few titles for my Nintendo Switch 2, and one of them is one that is probably on none of your guys' list. Now, if you've been following the channel, you guys are probably aware that I have a fondness for a certain type of game, and those are management / tycoon games. And I picked up one a few months ago that wasn't great. Railway Empire 2. The game just did not work on the Nintendo Switch as intended. However, with the advent of the Switch 2, we've got another one, and this is one that's been on my list. I've been wanting this for the Switch 1, and as soon as it got announced for Switch 2, I had to pick it up. This is A-Train All Aboard Tourism. Now, this is an interesting release because this was actually released on the Nintendo Switch, and it came in multiple versions. So in this you get a nice slipcover which includes the game itself, which is in English. This game is in English. I've mentioned this, I posted this on Reddit and stuff like that. A lot of people said it's not in English, I'm not picking it up. This game is in English. And it's a management game. It's a management game, but it's not your traditional just plonk stuff down and hope for the best. You have to get into the nitty gritty. The A-Train series has been long running in Japan, and I had so many hours sank into the 3DS version of it, to the point that it was one of my favourite games. This one also comes with a tourism booklet, that's right. It's getting a little bit scuffed by taking it in. But this is also a nice little addition. Of course, you can't read it unless you can read full-on Japanese, but I don't know, I just love the fact that they went and included a guide, which is in the format of like a tourist guidebook that you would maybe pick up and take to Japan. Was an absolutely beautiful touch. What else did you get as well? Well, this was a pre-order bonus because I pre-ordered this game from Amiami. I knew I wanted it, so I had to get it. And it is this little board. Now it's got a few anime characters on. I don't know the characters because I've not played much of the game itself. But what this actually is a mouse pad. That's right. This game actually takes use of the Switch 2 feature of using the mouse, and it's something that I haven't really seen picked up much in terms of the Switch 2 at all. I know Metroid Prime I think did, and there was a few obviously like little Welcome to It and all that did, but not much other games have picked up. I don't believe 2 Point Museum included it, but let me know in the comments if it does. But it's one that I was really excited to try out, so yeah, it's a nice cool addition. It's kind of saying, oh yeah, this has got new features, try it out, and I will. I genuinely will because of this. Nice little addition. The next game has been a pre-order, and it's one that I did sink a bit of FOMO for. Now, there has been a franchise a few years ago that I really got into, I mean really got into, and that was the Shantae series, Half Genie Hero on the Nintendo Switch. And I wanted to experience more of this franchise, and then found out that it was all locked behind limited run. And the Shantae series is one of the most expensive on the Game Boy, and it's also some of the rarest, most difficult, or most expensive limited run titles to pick up. So when they announced that they were doing another Shantae series, I had to pick it up, and this one is Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. Now, this is basically I don't even know if it's even a remake. It's basically a port of the cancelled Game Boy Advance Shantae game. I'm happy with that. At the end of the day, it's a franchise. I love playing these games. They're really easy to get into. They're kind of like Metroidvania with their own kind of fun and kind of like aspect to them. Way Forward, I feel, are a pretty strong company. I kind of wish that we would get releases of what was the other one where you were a police girl and you had to go and save prisoners and stuff like, oh yeah, collect prisoners, and then there was a sequel there where you were like a firefighter. I really loved that. Was it Hyper Switch Force maybe? But yeah, I really like that title. I've never seen that ever get like a physical release again, but I would love to try that one. But yeah, I'm looking to try this one out. I'm really quite excited to do so. But yeah, it was just one where I kind of FOMO'd and I was just like, oh, I want to get this before it gets too expensive. Silly me. Next up is N64, and you guys are already aware I'm on a goal to collect every single PAL release for the N64, at least unboxed, at least loose. I can decide if I want to go for a full physical release in the near future. However, these 3 titles are ones that I was going to have to pick up eventually, and I wanted to get a few fully complete versions. And the first one is, well, it's Rayman 2 The Great Escape. Now, interestingly enough, this came up at a price point that was similar to CEX, however it was complete. This game includes a map. This version, this pickup has the map. And that was one of the things, it was like, I think it was like £1 more than CEX. Normally I would go for CEX just in case there's something wrong with it, I can take it back, what have you. eBay has a little bit more riskiness, but this was the same price, a little bit more than CX, but include the map. I was like, well, if I ever find this in CX, it's probably not going to have the map. It makes sense just to buy this one. This actually came on the same day that the game itself actually went on the N64 online. So yeah, I think it was someone saw it and they were just like, oh, I'm selling it, I'm getting rid of it while I can. But yeah, this is one that I really wanted to try out. I tried Rayman's newest games, such as Rayman Origins, and I love them. I never grew up with Rayman though, but he's always had a lot of titles, that are well received. I know that the GameCube one, I think the Rayman 3D is genuinely considered good, but I believe Rayman 2 The Great Escape is considered the best. I've sank maybe about half an hour into this one, and I'm going to be honest, I had a really good time with it. It was the first game I tried on my analog 3D, which is something that we will cover in the near future because I did pick up an analog 3D as well. But yeah, I'm happy with this one. This is one, it wasn't too expensive as CX price, and it's got everything in, just what you want. The next one is one that is a little bit less exciting, but it's one that had to be in the collection, and this one I genuinely feel I got an okay deal with it. Now, this is one that if you're going for 100%, you're going to have to pick up. It's one that's slightly rarer, but I don't really know why. I believe America did not get this game, Brazil did, but it's been one that's ended up being fairly expensive over here. It's F1 Racing Championship. Now, I got the boxed version. This is complete in box. It's not the best quality, it's good enough though. And the reason I got this was simply because when I looked on eBay, when I looked on like everywhere else, they were charging for the loose cart the same price CX was charging for the full box. And I'm happy to buy stuff off eBay as and where I can, but if I'm paying for a loose cart the same price as I can get the complete edition from CX, it's a no-brainer to go that way. Especially if I do decide eventually I want to go for a full box collection. This one, having this, is just going to be another big step, because this is another one that I think is somewhat rare. Not too rare, but I think it is one of the rarer titles on the system. You don't see it very often and it doesn't pop up too often. Sometimes the carts appear on CEX, and the cart itself on CEX is cheap, it's like 20 quid. This is like significantly more. At the end of the day, it's one of those things, if I want a full set, if I want to go a box set, it's going to be something I pick up down the line. It's not something I'm too interested in. I mean, it's F1 racing. I mean, we've got so many F1 racing games. I believe this one is genuinely considered the best of the F1 games. But that's kind of saying something, to be fair. I mean, the F1 World Grand Prix 1 and 2, I know the first one got the Platinum range because it was that popular, and it's one of those games you see everywhere. Somehow everybody had this game. I think it was just because it was so cheap. I mean, back in the day when you saw an N64 game for maybe like £10 to £15 compared to everything else, you would pick that game up. But this one I always see everywhere. But yeah, this one not so much. It's another F1 game. I'm going to try it out. I'm looking forward to see how it is. I'm not too excited but I'm happy to have this in the collection. The next game is something that it's not a good game. This is something you have to get for 100%, sadly. And you guys, if you watched the previous video where I was sorting stuff out, you probably saw this one. I didn't mention this one. It's not a good game. It's a game that somebody picks up for the 100% completion. Blues Brothers 2000. N64. Now this is an N64 game on a sequel. I love the Blues Brothers, the original movie. The sequel, not so much. This is a bit of a yikes. This came out after the movie flopped, and they still made the game. But yeah, so basically this one I got a bargain on it, and it was because the listing was a bit vague. It said cartridge legit, cover fake, or something like that, and basically the box is a repro box, but the cartridge, I've opened it up, it's legit. The sticker itself looks like it's a bit faded, it's a bit, I don't know, but cartridge itself, it's legit. I got it for a price significantly cheaper, simply because the listing was vague. I got a free protector box, and this is what I mentioned last time. Obviously this is a fake box. I think I've obviously took everything out. Would you display the game without the fake box, or would you just still display the box? Because this is still going to take up space, and it looks cool on the shelf, but it's a repro box. But I do have the official game. I've got a few others like Hercules. I put them on Stadium 2, which are unboxed as well. But I don't know. I mean, I could probably get a box eventually down the line for this one, but do I want to? I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I'd say one of those ones. This is one of those ones where it's kind of like, this is why I'm probably not trying to get a full boxed set, because it's games like this. I've played it. I played this. It's absolutely atrocious. I played it. I was like, this can't be too bad. The platforming's kind of okay. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Nice way to end a video, isn't it? So I finished my cup of tea. What have I been picking up? Well, a mix of fantastic new titles, a mix of import delights, and some N64 titles I needed in the collection, including Blues Brothers, which, you know. I'm thirsty, I want another cup. You guys know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you've been picking up. And if it's beforehand, enjoy your new year. See you then.